Alright, my video cut out unexplainably before, so I'd like to finish my argument. The argument goes that in order for you to be identical to your body, which would be what a naturalist would claim, someone who says that you are your brain, you are your different synapses and chemical processes firing off in your brain. That's what you are. That's what your consciousness is. It's located in the freaking medulla oblongata or whatever. I'm not a freaking brain scientist, right? But the argument goes that in order for you to be identical to your body, everything that's true of you has to be true of your body, including modal properties. And modal properties are like possibly such and such. Alright. And you could say, after you've established that, you could ask someone, ooh, yeah, all that ham, man. Alright. Now you could ask someone, you can conceive that you could wake up one day and just like Jeff Goldblum, you could be a giant fly. And that person will say, well, I can conceive of that, it's possible. And you say, well, if that's possible, then there's one possibility that's true of you that's not true of your body. So that you basically prove to them using that they are not identical to their body based on logic. But I think the argument fails, because when you ask them, hey, you can conceive of this, right? Is it possible? What they're talking about is not functional possibility. Functional possibility being, if you've got a car, you can theoretically go for a car ride. But if you don't have a car, you cannot theoretically go for a car ride. That's functional probability. Doesn't mean you're going to go for a car ride, but in order to go for a car ride, you're going to need... Funny? Yeah. Run off there, buddy. Alright. Here, that freaking rabbit distracted me. Hold on, I'm going to my secret spot. I got another secret spot. I don't want no one to know about it, right? This place is really cool. We're far out here in the desert. This used to be a town out here, but there's not anymore. So I go out here to get my mind straight, right? Don't bring water with me, because if you drink water, you're tempted to. Then, when you get to your brain to a certain point where you're out here in the heat, right? And you don't take your medicine, because if you take your medicine, it's going to get you all hyped up, right? But if you come out here, and you just let it linger. Let yourself linger. Look at this. Oh, that's beautiful. That's delicious. Alright, let me get back to my argument here. Alright. So you could say to someone, well, because you've conceded that it's possible for you to be different physically, but still be the same person, and that proves there's something possible to you that's not possible to your body, namely, possibly being different. Your body can't be different if you are your body and you still be the same, right? That makes sense. Yeah, right. So, in conclusion, I think that argument is not fair, and it's confusing, right? It's confusing on this ground, and it's just a trick. It's a trick of words. When you tell someone, hey, you can conceive of this, right? Is it possible that this is the case? You're getting them to concede that it might be true, based on epistemic uncertainty, right? But what you're not saying is this a functional possibility? Is this something that could happen based on already known facts? But when you ask someone, is it possible that this is the case, they're not sure. For all they know, it could not be possible for your body to be different, and you to be, and not to change, right? The problem is in epistemic uncertainty, which is not the same as the kind of probability that's needed for you to establish that your argument, based on you being different from your body like Jeff Goldblum, succeeds. Now, if someone were to say to me, hey Phil, hey Cheese, right? You can conceive that you could wake up one day and not be your body. And I'm like, alright, sure. And then they could say, you're like Jeff Goldblum. They could say that, and I'm like, oh, well, now you flatter me, but I'm not like Jeff Goldblum. But in the sense that you're talking about, I am, because I could wake up one day and be a fly. And you could say, and still keep my memories and still be the same person as possible. In order for someone to make that concession to you, the way you're talking about, they'd have to already assume that your body and you are not identical. But if they say, well, I don't know if it's possible, that's a better way of saying it. I don't know if it's possible for you to be different physically and still maintain your being, your personality, memories, etc. that make you. So you can try to trick somebody and say, because you've admitted that it's possible that your body can change and for you to be the same, it proves that you're not identical to your body. You haven't succeeded at that. All you've succeeded is getting a person to admit that they don't have a... For instance, if you ask a committed naturalist who's up on the philosophy, is it possible for your body to be different, for you to be the same, they would say no, because in the kind of possibility you're talking about, for them it's not possible because the body and you are identical. But if you can trick someone and confuse epistemic possibility versus ontic possibility, which is what you're doing there with that argument, right? Then all you've done is use word games to trick. And I'm a Christian. I believe in God and all that. I just don't think that argument works in that sense. You're right. Yeah.